It is a beautiful autumnal day outside today, so I guess there's only one thing to do: pack up the camera bag and head outdoors. I wanted to say thank you to those of you who sent really lovely comments on the video I uploaded last week called Resurrecting My Vlogging Cameras. This style of video creation is so much fun in so many ways, and I speak so much about the journey of life and going on a journey and going on an adventure. And when I look back at my old YouTube videos, that's exactly what I used to do. I used to begin at home, jump in the car or go for a walk and take you out on a journey and an adventure with me. And then when I switched to the other style of filming, that journey, adventure element, it was still there, but not to the same feel. So it's really lovely to hear, especially from those of you who have followed my YouTube channel for many years, that you're excited about the fact that I'm going to be introducing more vlogging back into my videos. And yeah, I'm excited too. I love this style of video. But right now we are in the most beautiful season of autumn. I've come out to one of my local woodlands. There's still quite a lot of green around in the trees, but there is some colour in places, and I suspect much fungi too. But with me and my approach, it's all about just going for a walk, seeing what I discover, and whether it's autumnal themed or not, it doesn't really matter, because I just want to see what catches my eye basically, and of course just enjoy the adventure and the discovery in the process. Light absolutely fascinates me. When I'm on a location like this morning and the light begins to stream through the trees like this, just look at that. I just find that so energizing. And then when you look at how it interacts with all of the leaves as they're flowing in the wind, to me this just really touches my soul on such a deep level, seeing the light streaming through the trees, and like I say, how it interacts with everything. It's like energy, the energy of the sun rejuvenating the earth. I love it, and I'm so drawn to it. And recently I made a video in the mist, and I was saying how the mist reminds me a little bit of numbness and dissociation. There's like this melancholy, I can never say that word, melancholy. Melancholy. You know what I mean. Melancholy. I'm feeling that comes over me. But when I'm out in conditions like this, I don't always necessarily feel inspired to create images, but I'm very drawn to the light and how it interacts with the landscape around me. And I get very mesmerised by it. And I'll just watch as it's interacting with things. There's a tree over there, beautiful yellow tree, and just looking at how the autumnal leaves are being illuminated by this beautiful sunlight, it just draws me in, really, really draws me in. So yeah, I'm going to head over to that little tree now and just connect with the beautiful colour and vibrancy of the leaves and how the light is interacting with it. I've been getting really fascinated recently by light. Without light, there is no life. Not only would we not be here and the plants not be here and the trees, but planet Earth wouldn't exist as well, and I just find it fascinating. And maybe this is why I'm so drawn to photography, because it enables us to connect with that light. I feel there's a very deep spiritual connection with photography when we tune into it, in enabling us to connect with the world around us and to ponder some of these questions and these ideas and thoughts of, the beauty, the intricacy, the wonder of the world that we live in, and to actually connect with that on a much deeper level. You know, if this whole world, oh my gosh, there's a spider there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you. There is a tiny, I don't know if it's going to focus, little spider. Focus. No, maybe, no. There's a tiny little spider on there. So I don't think it's going to focus. Do you know what? I love it when this happens. You're just speaking about something and then you notice this. I'm going to get out my macro lens and photograph him as he's glistening in the sunshine and holding on for dear life. Look at the wind! And he's holding on there and still making his web. Wow, that's determination and strength. By the time I got my camera out and went to photograph him, he'd crawled off of the stem and onto the leaf itself. And yeah, it's not the most pleasing place for an image at the moment, but I'm just so mesmerised by the light right now and the colour of the leaves that I'm just going to spend some time just connecting with the leaf and the spider and observe him as he moves around and just take that time. Sometimes you need some patience and to really connect with your subject in order to create the images that you hope to create. And it's also a beautiful exercise just to connect with him and this beautiful moment more and see, as I work in unison with him, what sort of images we can create together. Just had some interesting thoughts as I'm sitting here admiring this beautiful light and colour of this tree. Light is life. So if photography means painting with light, then we are literally connecting with life and the true essence of life in the form of light, that true essence, every time we do photography. I've always felt for so many years that photography connects me with a deeper part of myself that I've never truly been able to articulate or find the words for. But as I progress along in life, I come to realise that this feeling that photography gives me, it's this deeper connection to light, this deeper connection with the essence of life, this ability to see the energy and that the sunlight produces and how it illuminates the beautiful world of nature. I'm finding it fascinating just now. I'm looking beyond the camera at the beautiful undergrowth here under the trees, and I'm seeing how the light is touching every element of this woodland floor. But also there's a slight transparency to some of the foliage that's on the ground here. And you can see how it's soaking up the energy of the sun, illuminating all these different pieces of the ecosystem here. And especially the leaves, you can see how the leaves are taking in that energy. There's like this beautiful luminance around especially the greenery here. It's fascinating to witness, and I really feel, regardless of whether you view photography in a similar way to me or not, I feel that observation and allowing the time to simply sit and watch the light will teach you so much more about photography than anything else possibly can. Because if you can start to understand the light, to connect with the light, to observe the light, if photography is painting with light, that is the most important ingredient, potentially, arguably. So taking the time to sit, connect with and observe that light could potentially be the most essential ingredient, like I say, to becoming a truly connected photographer. And also to truly connect you with the essence of life. I know that we're all different, but there's something that I think is quite important to note here, in life. We generally find that being in the sunshine, or being in sunnier climates, fill us with more joy. Here in Scotland, we're certainly not the most sunniest of climates. But when we get a sunny day like today, heading out into it and feeling the sunshine around us, feeling that energy, there's something very rejuvenating and inspiring about it. And what if photography is that incredible tool that brings technology, creativity, and the essence of life together to showcase and explore the true beauty of light and the essence of life? I think I need to ponder this further. So I think with the wind being the way it is right now, Mr. Spider here is actually sheltering. He's using the leaves here to shelter from the wind. Like I say, when I first came here, he was crawling on the little branches that are connecting the leaves. Oh my gosh, he's just moved. That was funny. It's almost like he was hearing me and then he came out onto the branch there. Very challenging to photograph him. We of course have the wind moving the branch and the leaves around. We also have him moving, and we're doing macro photography. So I've just had a very quick look at the images on the back of my camera, and I think maybe a couple of them are in focus, but most of them are not. However, potentially, from an artistic perspective, they might be okay. I'm not going to rule them out. We'll see how they look on the computer when I get home.
I found reviewing these images fascinating, witnessing how the sunlight illuminated his legs and head. While the spider was the main point of interest, I could not help but notice how beautiful the light was as it interacted with his web. Just look at the spectrum of colours it created. Combining my love for contrast and vibrancy in photographs, this final image of the backlit leaves illuminating the spider in a yellow glow was my personal favourite.
I have some thoughts to share with you to end this video. When we come into a location, an environment like this, sometimes we can look around and it can be a little bit overwhelming. We've got so many choices for images. There's several trees, everything on the ground, the light, the leaves, the flowers, the wall that I've got behind me there, the canopy, wildlife if there's any present, insects. Like, you look around and there's so many things you could photograph. Sometimes when we come to an environment like this, we can be like, what on earth do we photograph? There's so much choice. Or in some cases we can come to places like this and be like, it's a bit messy, it's a bit chaotic, there's too much going on. if it's a day like today, where you've got the sun shine streaming through, I'd recommend, this is my own opinion here and how I personally would approach a situation like this, is walk around the woodland. When you find the light, have a look around and see what it's illuminating. In my situation and case today, it's been this beautiful tree here, how the light is streaming through, illuminating the leaves, and how that combined with the wind is creating this beautiful shimmering effect and fantastic contrast. And then just spend some time around that one area, really connect with it, really tune into it and observe it. Observe the light first and foremost, and then what the light does to everything else in the landscape and the environment that you're in. And then just spend time with it. See what you can see what sort of images you manage to photograph, and observe the light. And as you do so, you'll begin to see not only how it's illuminating the first thing that caught your attention, but also how it's illuminating everything else in the environment. And that is a really magical way not only to approach photography, but I think also to approach life in some respects, is to find something in every day, or even every situation if you want to, that lights you up. Literally lights you up. In this case, the beautiful sunshine. But not only what lights you up, but what lights up the environment around you. See if you can find those little pockets of joy in everything around you. And it's not always easy. It can be a challenge. But I believe in every situation there is something to be seen. Something from a state of light and beauty. And yeah, just to consider pondering, if you'd like to, this role that light, the sunlight, but light in general, plays in our lives, both as photographers, but also generally too. Without this, there would be no this and no us. That's a beautiful thing to contemplate, to have gratitude for, and to photograph.